Welcome once again to Channel 18, and today we have the pleasure of having Rick Anderson, a volunteer coordinator at the Council on Aging, with Barabara-Anne Foley, her boss, his boss, and Barabara-Anne is the director of the Council on Aging. And Barabara-Anne, why do we have Rick today?
Well, it was funny, off air, Paul said, now he's the sports coordinator for the Council on Aging, and I said, yeah, he actually could be. We are going to be telling you a little bit about a new program that we're hoping to recruit some of you to come and join us for. And it's going to be basically a sports fan club. Well, what do we mean by that? A lot of people in the men's breakfast and some of our other programs will get to chatting with each other, especially around, championship games, whether it's basketball or baseball or our wonderful Patriots. And they'll say, do you remember such and such a play, or do you remember such and such a title of a newspaper? And we thought, why don't we actually formalize that and make it into a program? So Rick came up with this great idea, and what we thought we would do is just tell you a little bit about, from Rick's own perspective, what his thought process was, what his thinking about the program would be, and then we'll show you a couple little pieces of memorabilia that he's got. Rick?
Yeah, and an ongoing effort to have more programs at the Council on Aging. We are so fortunate here in New England to have the unique situation where we've had championship teams from all four of our major sports in the last 10 years. We have a wonderful local baseball Cape Cod League that is the envy of everybody else in the country. And we thought it would be very interesting to people to get together and share memories and talk about current sports as well as how the Red Sox are doing or not doing. And over the years, I've had an interest in sports and been a diehard Red Sox fan for about 50 years. So I've collected a number of memorabilia, and I'm sure there are many of you out there that have as well, and it'd be interesting to share those things and have you bring them in. And we're hoping on Tuesday afternoons at 1 o'clock to get together here at the Council on Aging and have group discussions and a little fun about sports in the New England area. And one of the things that I've collected over the years, this goes back almost 50 years now. It's from the 1967 World Series, the Boston Record-American, which no longer exists. This is the complete paper, and I have one for every game of the 7 game of the World Series, which I'd love to share with those who are interested. So that's basically what we're looking to do, and we hope you will join us for the many activities we have to add this sports talk to our cribbage on Thursday afternoon and our trivia on Wednesday afternoon, and just have an atmosphere of fun here at the Council on Aging.
And so if you look at some of these pictures, you'll see just the wonderful faces of the guys that are in this particular championship, and then you look at the back cover and there's more, and you kind of start to think, when we look at our winning teams, I should say, we always I think about often the parades that go through. But sometimes we forget that we are collectors, all of us, of different memorabilia. And so Rick might be newspapers, another person might be college dorm pennants for sports teams, or might be pins that people wore on jackets and that kind of thing. So there really isn't anything that we wouldn't love to see. Everybody has their own kind of trivia, if you will, and their own memorabilia that they hold. And somebody asked me when we were talking about this the other day, so will you allow a Yankee fan to come in? And I just laughed, knowing that Rick was going to lead the group as a total Red Sox fan. I said, yes, as long as there's no fights. And he laughed. Of course, he had a Yankees hat on. So any teams, New England especially, obviously, and we would love to have people come in and be able to discuss this. It is funny when you go through your closets, the things that you find, or through drawers or things like that. I recently came across a 9/11 newspaper and magazine that I had saved, and I totally forgot that I had saved them, and that wasn't even that long ago. So I'm sure that you have things at home, and we would love to have you come in. So again, that's on Tuesdays at 1. And if you could give Rick a call just so he has an idea of how many people might be coming, that would also be great.
Yeah, the number is 430-7551. That will get you direct to me. We'd love to have you sign up ahead of time or just come in. And I will say on the Yankee end, you are more than welcome because I have a unique perspective with that. My granddaughters live in New York, and one of them goes to school with Joe Torre's granddaughter. So,
Oh, wow.
so Yankee fans are welcome.
Now, what are some of the other things that you would consider to be artifacts that people might want to bring besides a hat or
People
a
may have
ball?
signed balls from players. They may have the signed. I have a signed plaque from Carl Yastrzemski at home. I'd be happy to bring in. There's a number of things that people have collected over the years. Old programs, yearbooks.
Tickets.
And we have not only just baseball, but we have a unique where the
Bruins.
Celtics have been great over the years, and they won in the last 10 years. The Bruins have won. You know, the Patriots obviously have won and continue to win. And we'd love to include all of those teams, as well as people who may have collected things over the Cape Cod League, because so many players from the Cape Cod League have gone on to be Major League stars. And that would be a unique perspective, too, if people have some memorabilia from the past teams there as well.
Now, you would accept something from a coach if he has a lot of paraphernalia?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Absolutely. So before we leave you, I have another program I wanted to give everybody a reminder about. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but we're still not quite at our number of 30 that we need for the Aging Mastery Program. Yesterday at the Council on Aging, we had in room 5 a wonderful dietitian named Tricia Silverman. And we had about 32 people that came to that program, and everyone on their evaluation said how wonderful she was. And she truly was. I listened to the whole program, and she's just a wealth of knowledge. So if you happened to be here yesterday and you really liked Tricia, Tricia is going to give the nutrition part of this AMP program. So some of the topics, it is a 12-week program. We're going to begin on August 4th. It runs from 9 to 11. And the way the format works is you would come in, you get a healthy snack. We might even make a healthy snack on occasion together. And then the speaker will talk for an hour and 15 minutes. And then there is a question and answer period, and we give you some homework to do. So of course, yesterday I mentioned this and people said, homework? I'm fill in the blank age. I'm not doing homework. And I said, well, the homework might be something like cutting one soda out of your food intake and drink intake for the week before we see you again. And she laughed and she said, oh, I can do that. So the homework isn't necessarily a written test. It's some interesting pieces of information that you will be given for the course, and we just want to make sure that you actually get to put it into practice. So that's what the homework is about. And the good news is that the homework gives you points, and those points turn into rewards. We have some gift cards, we have some bookmarks, and all kinds of things. So again, we start on August 4th. It's 9 to 11. It is a 12-week class, and although that sounds like a lot, people will say, do I have to make all 12? The answer is you have to make 10 out of 12 in order for us to count you in that 30 count. So if you're having summer guests, obviously they could probably stay home for an hour and a half or 2 hours by themselves. It is earlier in the morning, or perhaps they can go to the beach and you can meet them there later. But what I wanted to remind you of is some of the topics. So the training sessions we'll do are going to explore physical activity and exercise. We'll talk a lot about sleep and the importance of sleep. Healthy eating and hydration, Tricia is going to be doing. Navigating longer lives. Physical fitness and medication management is going to probably be done by a nurse practitioner. We're working right now as we speak on who the speakers will be, and we have some exciting people lined up for everybody. So what I'd like to say is if you're thinking about it and you're not sure, please give me a call if I can answer any questions. And if you definitely say, oh, I keep meaning to sign up for that, please call us today. The problem is that if by August 4th we don't have the 30 people, we will lose the grant and we won't be able to do the program. So if you're already signed up, tell your friends and ask them to sign up. And if you haven't, please give us a call.
How many people do you have right now?
We have 20.
You have 20.
So we need at least 10 more. And I'd like to have 35 in case somebody gets ill or somebody drops for some reason so that we can still make our 30. So I'm still looking for 15 if possible. That would be my magic number. And again, you can call us at the Council on Aging, the 430-7550 number. And you do have to call that to register to RSVP.
Very good. Well, it sounds like two good programs.
Absolutely.
And I wish you both good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Very good.